How many times have you had someone say confidence is the best thing that you can wear, or confidence is the best accessory that you can have? How many times have you had people say that when you have confidence, you don't need anything else, you just need confidence and you can take over the world? So many times people talk about the importance of confidence. Be confident, be confident. But despite all that talk, a lot of people still struggle with this. A lot of people still struggle with building up the courage to share their opinions, to pursue their dreams, to pursue their careers. We have so many authors that have never written that book. We have so many musicians that have never sang that song because they don't have the confidence. They don't think that they are good enough. They don't think that anyone can actually listen to them. They don't think that they're actually pretty enough. They have so many limitations that have been placed on them because they don't have the confidence. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 4 things that you need to build your self-confidence. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Petronella Mdenja. I'm an author, I'm a consultant, and I'm a speaker. My latest book is called From Gokwe to Oxford, The Girl Who Dared to Dream. Please do get a copy on Amazon. Let's get the conversations going. So in this video, I'm going to address one thing that I hear the most. So a lot of people that get in touch, a lot of people that are in my DMs, it's always, I've written this short story, I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, you are so confident, how do you do it? How do you do it? How are you confident? And this is a pressure point. This is a trouble point for a lot of people. How do you become confident without becoming arrogant, without becoming cocky? Because there is a very thin line between confidence and arrogance and cockiness. There are some people who are not confident, who are just arrogant and cocky. So you just need to be on the lookout for that. But then the first thing that you need to do if you're going to build your self-confidence is identify your point of insecurity. Let me explain. What I mean by this is we are not confident because we are acutely aware of that one thing that stops us from being confident. We have that one thing that's deeply flawed, either physically or emotionally or mentally. We have that one thing that causes us insecurity. Maybe you think that you're not pretty enough. Maybe you think that you don't have the right knowledge. Maybe you think that your book is not interesting enough. Maybe you think that your song is not nice enough. You have that one point of weakness. You have that one pressure point that makes you doubt yourself. So if you're ever going to be confident, you need to sit down and have an honest conversation with yourself and be like, what is the point of my biggest weakness? What is the point of my biggest insecurities? What am I the most insecure about? Am I insecure about my look? Am I insecure about my height? Am I insecure about my abilities? What is it? If you identify your point of weakness, if you can fix it, fix it. If you can't fix it, don't worry about it. One of my favorite sayings is, there is no need to worry about a problem. It's either you can solve it, then solve it. If you can't solve it, stop thinking about it. So when you identify an area of weaknesses, your area of weakness, you have 2 choices. The first one is, can you fix it? If you can fix it and move forward. But if you can't fix it, make peace with it. And the moment you start making peace with your own flaws, the moment they start disappearing in other people's eyes. So if you're insecure about your body or anything, and you constantly make everyone aware that you're insecure, they will share in your insecurities. But if you are confident and you embrace your flaws, I may not necessarily have the body that I want, but I love myself. I may not necessarily have the best voice, but I love myself. I may not necessarily have this or this or this, but I am content and I love myself. I am content in my weaknesses. I'm content in my flaws. They're not a reflection of the person that I am. They are just a small part of my character that I can either work on or that I can change. The moment you do that, the moment you identify your weaknesses and either solve them or make peace with them, you realize that you start becoming more comfortable in your own skin. And the more comfortable you are, the more confident that you get, because no one can ever use it against you. No one can ever embarrass you without your permission. No one can ever hurt you without your permission. And when you embrace your weaknesses and become honest about it, you immobilize anyone who wants to weaponize them against you. So that's the first thing. Take an honest audit. Identify the point of your biggest insecurities, and you have 2 choices. Fix it or leave it and move on with your life. The second one is, find a purpose for your life. Find a purpose for your life. And this is important because the only thing that will immunize you from people's opinions, from competition, from judgment, from the only thing that gives you ultra vision and ultra focus is a clear purpose for your life. And I need to explain this. Your purpose may be linked to your job or it may not. I'll pin a link to the video that I once did on purpose, but a quick rundown. Your purpose is the ultimate thing that God has created you for. What ultimately is your purpose in life? And there are three ways of identifying this. The first one is paying attention to the things that you're good at effortlessly. What do you do effortlessly? Do you sing effortlessly? Do you walk effortlessly? Do you cook effortlessly? The second one is pay attention to the things that excite you or anger you the most. And the best example of this is Moses in the Bible. He did not like injustice. He saw this Egyptian attacking an Israelite and he was so angry that he killed a man. And later on, he became a deliverer because he could not stand oppression, and that was a reflection of his purpose. And the third way is pay attention to what people compliment about you the most. Do people say, oh, you're a good speaker, oh, are you a good writer? What do people compliment about you the most? If you pay attention to those three things, you will get an indication of what your purpose is. And once you discover that, focus wholeheartedly on it. If you're so consumed with the person that you want to become, you don't care what people think about this version of you. I'm one person who is difficult to offend. I'm one person who is difficult to offend because I don't compare myself to anyone. I don't care about the progress that someone is making. I look at your life and you're doing well. Congratulations, God bless you. I look at your life and you're struggling. I've been there. God is going to strengthen you. I don't have room for competition or pettiness in my life because I am absolutely focused on what I want to become. I want to become that established author. I want to become that powerful speaker. I want to touch people's lives. I want to be an inspiration to so many people. And that is what I live for and work up for each day. And because my energy is taken by that and all the things that are important to me, I don't have time to feel insecure, to feel inadequate, to compete with you. And when I cannot compete with you, I don't have a reason to be insecure. I am confident in my capability, in my purpose, and I can walk today with my head held high because I know the person that I'm working towards. So I can attend any meeting wearing any dress, whether it's nice or not, because I know that it's temporary and I'm living for something more. So if you give your life meaning that is beyond your clothes, that is beyond your today, you will realize that you won't have room for competition. You won't have room to feel sad for yourself. You won't have room to compete with anyone. And when you stop unnecessary competition and when you stop looking at people as if they are better than you, you realize that your self-confidence becomes healthier and healthier and healthier to a point where you are comfortable in your skin no matter what. And the third way to build your self-confidence is do not allow people's opinions affect you. And let me put a qualifier on this one, okay? I'm not saying be arrogant and don't listen to people's advice. I'm not saying this, okay? I want you to understand the distinction here. So it's one thing to listen to people's advice and to be a generally pleasant person, and it's another thing to live your life entirely on people's words. So let me give you an example of this. So before I make a decision that I do need help with, there are some decisions that I don't need help with. There are some decisions that I have to make on my own because I bear the consequences by myself. But before I make a decision that I need help with, I'm going to ask my sister, I'm going to ask my friend, what do you think about this? And if they say something that I agree with, I can take it on board. If they say something that I don't agree with, I can disregard it. Their opinions are just that, they are opinions. I'm not a person, if you look at me and you say, oh, I don't like your dress, I'm not going to take it off because you don't like it. That's your problem. Don't look at me. Okay? If you don't like my shoes, please close your eyes. If you don't like how I talk, please move along. So the difference between listening to advice and being modeled by people's opinions is the extent to which people's words affect you. How immune are you against people's words? When one person says something to you, do you go to sleep? Do you know, I have friends who will literally sleep days on end because someone said a bad thing about them. Oh, why would they do that? They say this, they say this. if you're not a confident person, if your self-esteem is not intact, it's easy for anyone to say anything that can crumble you. But if you know who you are, if you know that your intentions are pure, if you know that you're trying, we cannot be perfect. We are flawed people. But if you're trying in your goodness, in your purpose, and doing the things that you're supposed to do, then no one can make you feel guilty. No one can guilt you for trying. No one can guilt you for doing all those things that you're supposed to do. So stop affecting people's opinions define you. And here's the thing, I want you to remember this one: how people treat you is a reflection of who they are as people. Hurt people hurt people, hurt people hurt people. If people are mean, arrogant, and rude to you, it has nothing to do with you, it's who they are. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. We talk, we speak, we act who we are on the inside. So when people are vile and bad and whatever towards you, don't worry, it's a reflection of what's going on in there. And the moment you start understanding that, you start realizing that people have boundaries in your life. You can't let them tell you things. You can't let them shape you. You can't let them define the person that you are. And when you start immunizing yourself against people's opinions, you realize that you don't care. You put a little burden off your shoulders. You're not as cast down and not crying when they don't agree with you, when they don't like your clothes or they don't like your ideas. Well, it's their loss. And the last one is, and this one I'm going to say this one with a little bit of reservations, because I feel like people have taken advantage of it and it's now backed by vain utterance of us overcompensating for our weaknesses. I just had to say it like that. The final one is affirmations. And I don't want you to affirm yourself in your nonsense. I don't want you to affirm yourself in your kuomam sorrow. I don't want you to affirm yourself in your arrogance. I don't want you to affirm yourself when you're going the wrong way with your life. When I speak of affirmations, I'm talking about listening to the things that can actually change your life. Okay, listening to people that can actually, a good example is Les Brown and Miles Monroe. If you wake up in the morning and you start your day listening to Les Brown, you will affirm you will tell you that you are able, you are capable, but you will also hold you to accountable. I am tired of inspiration, motivation without accountability. I am tired of people who believe that you can just inspire and motivate yourself to do anything without discipline and without being held accountable. I am tired of it. I will motivate you, I will inspire you, but I will still call you to action. So yes, affirmations are good for your confidence, because you need to believe and to know in your heart, deep down, that you are worthy, that you're amazing, and that you're valuable. But don't affirm yourself in your ignorance. When someone tells you that, you know what, this may not be the right thing and there is merit in what they are saying, don't ignore good counsel in the name of affirmation when you're just being arrogant. Take good counsel, improve yourself, improve your skills, add value to the person that you are, make yourself a valuable member of society that people want to invest in. And in that way, you are affirming yourself, you are making yourself valuable. And when you do those things, you work on your confidence and you become certain of the value that you bring in someone's life, and your confidence will snap back in place and you'll be confident. So a quick recap. The first one is take a census, take an audit of your deepest insecurity and discover what you can do with it. It's either you can fix it, or if you can't, don't dwell on it. Addressing our weaknesses and the areas of our deepest insecurities is the first step to self-confidence. There is that one thing that stops you. There is that one thing that makes you feel like you're inadequate. Address that. If it's something that you can fix it. The second one is live a life of purpose. Find whatever that you want to live for. Find something that makes you wake up in the morning. When you start working up for something that is bigger than yourself, you realize your value becomes intact. You realize you become confident. You like waking up in the morning because you are valued and because you're living for something more. And self-purpose is the only thing that can eliminate competition. And the third one is, do not let people's opinions define you. And there is a PS to this one. I'm not saying don't listen to people's advice. I'm saying there is a limit to what people's words should affect you and what they should not. And the last one is affirmations. Affirm yourself. You are worthy. You are amazing. You are talented. You are loved by God. But despite all this, you need to put in the work. Don't affirm yourself in your nonsense and in your idiocracy and your mediocrity. Put in the work. If you do all those things, I promise you, you're not going to wake up one day and you're confident. But the more you do it, the more you address your weaknesses, the more you have honest conversations with yourself and your value as a person, you realize that your step becomes a little bouncier, your confidence starts going up, and before you know it, you'll be able to voice your concerns, speak your opinions without the fear of judgment, because you know what? You are certain about who you are. And confidence is not thinking that you're better than anyone else. Confidence is understanding that you're different from everyone else, and God created you for a special reason, and your life is meant to honor and respect that. So there is no need for competition. There is no need for anything. There is no need for anyone feeling better or you feeling better than anyone else, because God has given you a path that is unique to yourself. Okay guys, that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, please do like, please do share. Until next time, I have to sign up now.